Hi everybody! I had a couple of you asking about my little foil inserts, the foil pouches or pockets that I showed you in my last setup video for my Midori. And I already mentioned that I kind of made them myself. Well, I didn't make them myself, but I made them out of page protectors for like small project life albums. And a couple of you asked which ones I'm using and how I kind of prepare those pages and those pockets. So I thought I would share that real quick because I got that question over and over again, and so I don't have to write it over and over again. So what I'm using are those page protectors by they are for the Snap albums, the Snap pocket pages by Simple Stories. And again, they're actually made for like those small project life memory folders. And they come in different variations, like this whole sheet, 6 by 8 inches, or with like 3 different pockets, 2 smaller ones and a larger one, postcard size, and like those with 4 3 by 4 inches pockets. And I've also have those mini square pockets. So that's what I'm using for those pocket inserts, and I will just show you real quick. Let me take them out for you. And actually it's super easy, so it's not even not even worth the whole video, but I just want to show you real quick. So for example, for this large one I used the let me check, the 6 by 8 inch pocket, which is a whole pocket. And all I actually did was I was cutting off a little strip at the top, because initially they are, let me just show you. Initially they are a little higher than your Midori inserts. So they are this height. So it's a little over, as you can see. So you need to kind of cut off a little strip at the top of the pouch. Just make sure you cut it off at the open side, because it happened to me, so that's why I'm mentioning it. If you cut it off down here, obviously you will have like 2 sides open, and this is not what we want, okay? So yeah, and this one is super easy. I kind of just cut off a little strip up here. Let me just show you. I already prepared that, cut off a little strip, and then you can just use it as it is and thread it kind of around one of your booklets. Just pull it through until you kind of like the placement. And then I just kind of folded this over and kind of glued it in place with some washi tape. Let me just... Oh, don't you hate that? Don't you hate that when that happens? It kind of happens way too often. Okay, got it. So all you kind of do is just grab some of your favorite washi tape and then just kind of glue that into place here, so that it kind of looks a little nicer. Just like that. You would kind of cut that off. Not doing it super nice and neat now, since it's just for the video, but you get the idea, okay? Yeah, and that's it already. You have this pouch here where you can kind of add your photos or postcards or sticky notes or whatever you want. Just kind of like this. Okay, you can do your some clear page protectors, and you kind of have this end stick here, but it doesn't bother me. You could also kind of cut it off and sew with your sewing machine, but remember you need a little bit, you know, have it a little bit longer so that it won't come out here right away. So this is pretty secure this way because of this. Okay, and the next set that I have is this one, and I just kind of added 3 of those page protectors with different sizes of compartments, and all I did is I cut off that area, you know, the hole punched area, because we don't need that. You could also leave it there if you don't, if it doesn't bother you, but you can cut it off. Just make sure you cut outside this perforated or this stitched line here, because otherwise you would cut those those areas open. That's not what we want, okay? So let's do another one. So I cut those ends off, okay? And now all I'm doing is I'm kind of aligning them, and then I sew with a sewing machine along the center. You could also use like a needle and a thumb thread and do it by hand, or use like what is it called? A stapler. That was the word I was looking for. So you could kind of just staple them in place if you like that. I used a sewing machine and I already prepared the set. So I just sewed along the center. This is not really a straight line, but actually I don't care because this kind of goes into the spine where you don't see it, okay? And then you could like add 2 on top of each other, or 3 or 4, whatever you want. Different sizes with different pockets. And then all you gotta do is, again, just kind of thread that through one of your booklets, through one of your books, and just check. Okay. Like this. And that is it already. You have some nice pockets for project life cards, for postcards, for photographs. I also have, let's see, like little photos, like those Instagram sized photos. I also have some pockets where I added some sticky notes to kind of have them handy when I want to use them, or little Polaroid Insta pics, decoration stuff. You could add some washi tape samples in here. So everything you kind of want to take with you if you want to work in your Midori and do some decoration. So yeah, that is it. Actually, it's super easy. You just kind of need to make sure you cut off that area, and then you just, you know, put in the pockets, and they kind of hold in place very good, especially those if you kind of make them a little more chunky, so they won't kind of fall out or something. And I really love that. You can really make some super cheap yeah, page pockets, clear pockets for your Midori. Yeah, I think that is it. Oh yeah, one more thing. Also from the Snap albums by Simple Stories, you can buy those cute page dividers, which are also kind of made for the Snap album system. and I love to use them. Kind of have those nice punched ones. Also love to use them to kind of divide my booklets, or just kind of add them to add a little bit of color and fun. So yeah, all you gotta do is also kind of a little strip at the top or the bottom, and then you can just fold them and nicely add them between your booklets, between the rings of your booklet, like this, for example. And this way you kind of have some nice dividers if you want to add a little bit of color and of fun design pattern in between your booklets. You could also kind of clip it to your booklet to kind of have an interchangeable cover design up for it. And I really love that. So once you're out looking for those page protectors, you could also grab a couple of those, because they're really fun and they come in such a large variety of themes and patterns and everything. So I love that. Okay, so that was actually all that I wanted to show you, and I hope you liked it, hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I could inspire you, and maybe you would like to give it a try and create your own clear pockets for your Midori.